Welcome to the Me and White Supremacy virtual pilgrimage. My name is the Reverend John Borthwick, and over the past 14 weeks, I've been encouraging my congregation to join me as I read through the book by Layla Saad called Me and White Supremacy. We've reached almost the halfway point in this journey, and it's been an amazing one so far. But this week, she likes to do these summaries after every 7 days, or for us, every 7 weeks. And as I was thinking about, oh my goodness, what am I going to reflect on for week 14? It's funny how she starts this chapter, and I wanted to share that with you. She says, this week, the work was heavy, ugly. You probably have had multiple thoughts of running away and forgetting you'd ever heard of me or this work. Yes, the past 7 weeks have been challenging. There's been I lean into the phrase that she began these weeks with, thinking about what we need to excavate, what we need to confront, and what we need to own when it comes to doing the work of anti-racism. Her mantra of here's to doing what's right, not what is easy, just ruminates within me as I read this material. And today, as she reviews this past 7 weeks or the last 6 weeks, it's interesting of the language she uses around you can't unsee what you've seen. And I know in my own personal journey, I've experienced that with a variety of different things, whether that's been through travel to other parts of the world, to engaging in the world of trauma. What's interesting, and I talk about it certainly in the faith lens as well, once you put sort of a certain kind of way of seeing the world, a kind of spectacles for, lenses by which you look at everything else, you can no longer see the world in the same way. And I think very much so that's what this journey around anti-racism, trying to address and come to terms with white privilege and white supremacy, within my own personal journey and within the personal journey of organizations that are a part of systemic racism. Once you begin to see all that in all the various iterations, you can no longer see things in the same way. So every time you see something in the news, every time you hear about a policy within an organization, every time you're making a decision, you're beginning to see the world through the lens of anti-racism as you engage with this work. And what it means is that everything that you do becomes, perhaps, for someone who holds white privilege, more challenging, more difficult, more needing to be thought through, more mindful. And I think part of our journey as we continue through this book is going to be the conversation of, what creates this inaction? Why do people not want to change the system? Why do people give up? And I think that's why one needs to stick with, and maybe this pilgrimage idea is a way of sticking with it, that, every week we're going to have a moment of reflection, a time of thinking about this book and letting it stew within us, because that's what we need to do. And yes, it's maybe hard and difficult, and why do we have to think so much? But when we consider what BIPOC has experienced throughout their history, and certainly within each and every day that they live their lives, it's time. The time has come for those who hold white privilege, those who keep up the systems and uphold the systems that keep others down. They need to do the hard work. They need to do more thinking. They need to be more intentional about how they go about dismantling a system that is not balanced, a system that is designed to exclude some and include others, to privilege some and underprivilege others, to keep out some and allow others to thrive. That is why we do the work of anti-racism. That is why we engage in material just like this and many other sources. We need to be able to see the world for how it is, not how we imagine it is or how a system tells us it is. We need to see the world for how it is, and the lenses of anti-racism are the way to get there. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I look forward to connecting with you very soon again.